my son signed up for a external program outside of school, and it's at the local sheriff's department. So I went there last night with him. It was the introductory, and it actually goes all the way through the school year. We meet almost meet like 3 times a month, and it goes all the way to next April. And it's basically like a miniature introduction program to pretty much become like a sheriff out here. It's like, it's for kids between the age of 14 and all the way up to 20. And it's basically like the introduction of how to become a police officer or a sheriff's in the sheriff department. And I was sitting there and just like listening to everything. I stuck around for the first one just because the rest of the parents were there too. And I was just like, this is really cool. Like, I wish I would have had something like this when I was a kid. Like, this was a really cool program. They were talking about, like, at the end of their thing, they went out to this thing in Topeka, and they basically went into a competition with other teams. And the one kid that was there was, like, 16 years old. He's like, he won the hostage negotiation or hostage setup thing. And we were like, what? So they started talking about it. And they were like, 2 officers were down. These kids went in and they were they had descriptions of this and that. And they're like, right before the buzzer was out, this kid went in like the Kool-Aid man through a wall. He just burst in through the wall and nailed what do you call it? The bad guy, basically. Like they use a special like tag system, like a digital tag system, just nailed him right in the forehead between the eyes with a shot. Like, it was like something out of a movie, and I was like, that is pretty freaking cool.
I think we call that laser tag. This is like bringing a whole new meaning to laser tag.
Right? And that's what it was, because they used something, but they could tell, like, when he pulled the trigger on his gun, or whatever they were using, they mapped out and they can tell exact... the Boo Blaster. they could tell exactly where it hit. It hit like right on the forehead, dead center between the eyes and everything. It was like, wow. I was telling my son, I'm like, I am genuinely excited for your interest. And there was a lot of stuff because they give them like a shirt. It's got like the sheriff badging on like one shoulder, and it says it's an Explorer program, so it says Explorer across the back. But there was a lot of the class that's like, you are not a police officer, you are not sworn in, you're not a part of the system. Like, and like when you wear this shirt, they're like,
that ruins it for me.
Right? they're like. You're not going to wear this shirt out everywhere. In fact, if you wear it outside of this class, you should wear something else like a sweater over it to cover it up. The whole thing is like, do not impersonate a police officer while you're in this class. So it's just like, oh, I could totally see kids doing that. Like, oh my gosh. But it was really interesting because everyone there, no one was forced to be there or anything else. Everyone was there out of their own genuine interest, and this was possibly a career path they want to go down. And it was interesting to see. It was just everyone like, this is what we want to do. It's weird to see people in that phase of life where they have that spark of like, I want to do this. I actually want to do this. And so it's like, oh man, that's great.
Is it like they go there instead of school?
No, it's held in the evening time after school.
Okay.
Yep. Roughly 3 times a month. So, just genuine interest for the career path, the job. And, it's pretty cool because they could sit there and go through, like, this is almost 3/4 of a year of classes and stuff. And then they train and they do all this stuff. They'll learn how to handcuff people. They will go through simulated traffic stops and stuff, and even where they have like unruly people, like DUI checks and stuff that they have to get out of the car and like put into cuffs and stuff like that. They're going through the whole thing, and it is, I was just sitting there like, dang, this is so cool. Like, I wish I could have done this. Like right now, if I do this, like I'm being arrested. That's the problem.
Right, yeah.
But it's like, just wow, this is some cool stuff. And they've got the opportunity to say, I always want to be a police officer. I've always wanted to do law enforcement. And then maybe after a year or two of doing this, they might be like, nope, never mind. This is not the thing. And they didn't have to go through all the other stuff to do it. You know, it's like it's a trial period. I thought that was just really cool.
Yeah, I wish there was a lot more like hands-on stuff, like vocational stuff, you know, like from in high school, and get an idea for things. Because you don't always. It's the one thing that I learned. Like in high school, I loved computers. I still love computers, but like, in some ways, I wish that I might have gone a different way if I knew like the industry. If I knew more about the industry, maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah.
But a lot of times I wish I would have done more into like amusement park stuff. But like, there's so many things, people, you hear kids all the time, I want to be this. And then, it's later, I want to be this. But like, if you can actually give hardcore, like this is what it's actually like, that's a really cool, like, those are really cool things and very beneficial. Because like you said, you go to college. Well, college itself, like most people who go to college don't use their degree. It's like, oh, yeah, I have a 4-year degree. Like, the only requirement for a lot of jobs is a 4-year degree, not even in your field. Because most people that go to college don't go into their field. It's like, oh, yeah, I went to college for 4 years. I hate that shit. I'm not doing I don't want to do that for my life. But you spend 4 years and how much money figuring out you don't want to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. They did have it was also interesting. They had everyone there with the program because it was night number 1 and they wanted to go over everything. But the lady who was like overseeing the district part of the program, because it's not really funded by the sheriff's department, it's funded just because every person that signs up, it's like $120 to go through the class. So it's like that's the way it's actually funded. Right there was just that fee. But she was talking about that they had all these other programs throughout the county as well. And it did get into a lot of that stuff where there was not only the sheriffs, but you can get into fire, paramedics, the EMT side of it. There was even stuff for aviation. And I was just like, wow. And they touched on a lot of different trades. So there was stuff in there. It was just like, wow, I never knew about any of this stuff.
I'm curious, in Nebraska, is firefighting volunteer or career-based?
As far as I know, it's career-based.
All of it? 100%?
That I can't say for sure.
Okay. I was just curious, because around here, it's like... Pennsylvania, I know it's almost all volunteer. And then
really?
Virginia is there's a lot of combined systems where it's like... volunteer, but it's supplemented by the county paying a couple career people to supplement the station work. Because people have to have 2 jobs now and stuff. So like, there's not, you don't have the free time to spend at the station like you used to.
Right.
But then like, there's certain counties, there's pockets of like, in West Virginia, Martinsburg is like, the city of Martinsburg is career, but then the county, Berkeley County, is volunteer. So it's just, I was just kind of curious of what the West Coast was like.
As far as I know, everything here in Nebraska was career, as far as I know. And that was the same out on the West Coast. Everything was career out there. There was no one was volunteering out there. That's like, no one was doing that.
That's one of the interesting things. Like in Pennsylvania, it's like all firefighting is volunteer, but all EMS is almost all career. And then volunteer, or in Virginia, it's almost like the base is almost all volunteer. You have volunteer EMTs everywhere, and fire, and they're combined systems. Like the fire station that I ran at was a combined, fire and rescue. It was EMS and fire, and we'd have this There were like 8 active members. I mean, there were a lot more members, but there were like 8 of us that actually were running on call. So it was like, oh, okay, we're going to take the ambulance to this call. That seems appropriate. We're going to take the tanker. It's like we just hop in whatever vehicle you need and go.
That's funny.
It's so funny because I actually trained in Northern Virginia, where it was like very, well, a typical station has like 200 or plus active members in Loudoun County in Northern Virginia. And then there's like my station. So like that has 8. So we do things very, very differently. And it was like this weird like disconnect of like, they're like talking about stuff in Loudoun County saying this. I'm like, yeah, there's no way that's going to happen. But yeah. Anyway, this is Side Friction, episode 96 for September 13th, 2025. I'm Bob.
I'm Ryan the Ride Mechanic.
I'm CoasterBro and or Caleb, whatever you prefer.
Or Coaster Cuzzies.
Or Coaster Cuzzies. Some people have given me that name, including Airtime Mike.
We'll just call you your brand, podcast name. I'm going to change my name to Side
But
Friction.
It's okay. That would turn a lot of people.
I'll call you Fred. I reject all your names and will use my own name now.
Really, Ryan's been Fred Grubb the whole time.
Right?
So Greg is not here. A little bit of sad news. His father passed away this morning. So our thoughts and prayers are with him and his family as they go through this time. So thankfully, Caleb was able to fill in tonight to talk about... guess what? Six Flags is on the agenda. Can you imagine that?
No way.
There's no movie about Six Flags. No way.
I know. It's crazy. But first, we're going to talk about the reason why I'm kind of a little bit excited Mike couldn't come on the show. the golden tickets. And we don't have to listen to him whine and moan about why Phoenix is the number 1 wooden coaster.
Tune into our show in a week or two, and you can hear all about it.
Check out Coffee with CoasterBro over at Coaster Cuzzies, and you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. I'm sure. So let's just get into it. We'll just go right to the list.
Just go.
The first thing I want to complain about. Best new roller coaster of 2025. Cedar Point has 2 on the list. 3rd and 4th. Siren's Curse is number 3. Top Thrill 2 is number 4. This is bullshit.
Are you concerned with both coasters or the fact that Siren's Curse is above Top Thrill? Like which one are you looking at?
Well, I mean, Siren's Curse, does it run? The media seems to think it doesn't. Five major breakdowns, which weren't actually major breakdowns at all. I mean, in my opinion, that thing is that's running flawlessly. In my opinion, I absolutely agree with you. Meanwhile, Top Thrill 2's over there. Like, what was it? What was July? I think I mentioned last time it was like 60% uptime in July.
It was bad. That's what it was.
It was bad, yeah.
It was bad.
But mainly, Top Thrill 2 was a 2024 coaster.
Yes. It did open in 2024.
Well, you could argue that it hasn't had even 100% uptime yet in 2 years, so maybe next year it can be a new coaster.
It's just going to win best new coaster for this is Cedar Point's trick. If we maintain a horrible uptime, we could just keep saying it's a brand new coaster.
It's true. That is true. What are they going to do for next year, though?
I mean,
probably bankruptcy.
There's going to be, that's more than likely. It's going to be bankruptcy, right? Caleb?
Yeah.
And they'll sneak in a mobile coaster or something from some other park.
Oh, there'll be Millennium Force will be the new coaster. I'm like, look, we got the lift hill working. New coaster.
It's a brand new motor on the lift hill.
We painted it bluer.
Blue. Is that a Sherwin-Williams or a PPG color?
This blue goes to 11. It's bluer. It's more bluer than the other blue is.
Oh. Yeah. So, what are we interested in here? I guess we'll start off best park. Number 1, Europa Park. Is that that's not normal, is it? Is it?
That's normal.
There was subcategories. Oh man.
You're asking if that's normal?
Like, is Europa Park usually up there?
I thought it was there was Cedar Point forever, and then it like flipped, and I don't remember it coming off of Europa Park anytime lately.
Yeah, look at that top 5. Cedar Point's not there. Imagine that.
Wow, must have stopped paying to be in the magazine.
They couldn't afford it this year. They couldn't afford to be best park
the weather joke.
Universal Epic Universe was number 2. Dollywood was number 3. Fantasyland number 4. Number 5 was Silver Dollar City. Guys, there's not a single Six Flags park on there. Just think that's notable.
Budget cuts.
They couldn't pay anything. Best water park, Volcano Bay. Okay.
Hey, look, Bob, volcano.
wrong volcano.
I thought it was worth a shot. Sorry.
This seems really weird to me because Volcano Bay, I really don't remember being that popular. Or am I just really misremembering stuff? But I really don't think Volcano Bay was like.
When'd you visit?
Huh?
Did you visit it?
No. I'm just saying, like,
been to Volcano? Oh.
Like, you don't hear people saying like Volcano Bay is like a top tier water park.
I mean, I kind of do, but
do you?
Only from like Central Florida people, I guess. I mean, my best friend helped like open the park, so that's probably part of it.
Oh, so you're in that circle.
So like,
I don't know. It just seems like it's like I feel like this is like I feel like this is just like, oh yeah, Epic Universe. Oh yeah, we can't like Epic Volcano Bay. Like yeah, we gotta throw them there too, or just proximity. I don't know. Schlitterbahn number 2. That one I do hear about. Number 3, Splash and Safari. That's fair. Rolantica in Germany. I guess that's Europa Parks.
Europa.
Dollywood Splash Country number 4. Best Family Park number 1, Dutch Wonderland.
Nice.
Merlin's Mayhem and the incredibly slow Sky Ride. Number 2 is Paulton's Park.
And the wooden coaster that used to have a great name. Was it Princess something?
The most pointless Titan track as well.
Yes.
The most pointless Titan track.
It's a shame Mike's not on the show because
they Titan tracked from the station to the bottom of the lift hill.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. If you're going to tighten a roller coaster, you have to start somewhere, and you might as well start from the station to the lift hill. I mean, it's the first little bit. Like, gotta go somewhere.
It's the dumbest. I mean, I don't want Titan track anywhere near wooden coasters, but like, that's even more ridiculous than just Titan track in general. Number 3 is Storyland. Number 4. What? Sorry. What?
I was just going to say, at least you don't get the jarring transition because there's no speed off of it.
That's true. That is true. Like Boulder Dash, where it's just like, we're going warp speed now, and now it ends. And
yeah.
Higher body shakes.
Oh, it's such a bad move, Boulder Dash. So still in the family park. Number 3 is Storyland in New Hampshire. Santa's Village is number 4 in New Hampshire. And Legoland Florida is number 5. Best family coaster. Number 1 is Big Bear Mountain. Number 2 is Hiccup's Wing Gliders. Number 3 is the Bobcat, and 4 and 5 are tied for Megalodon at Wallaby, Belgium, and Wooden Warrior. Absolutely agree with Wooden Warrior.
Break the tie on that one.
What's that?
Yeah. I said they couldn't break the tie on the family coaster.
I mean, I say it's Wooden Warrior, but I don't really even know what Megalodon is, so Wooden Warrior is so good. So good. Family Entertainment Center, number 1, Funplex in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. Number 2, Malibu Jacks, North Richland Hills. Number 3, Meow Wolf Radio Tave.
Really? A Meow Wolf popped up on there?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Oh, yeah. That's who did that, like, grocery store and stuff, right?
Yeah. They're all sorts of, like, borderline art installation stuff. Like, they're interesting. I mean, I've been to a couple of them. They're really interesting. I just didn't know they would pop up on here. That's really, now that I remember that, like, what it is, because we actually talked about that in way early episodes of Side Friction. Number 4 is Sky Pirates of Mermaid Bay, and number 5 Speed Zone. Both of those in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Most beautiful park, Busch Gardens, Williamsburg made it back up. That's good.
What are they doing?
I still want to know how these are being, like, who's voting on these? How are they getting these numbers? Like,
it's
public ballots. Public ballots. Let's bring them out.
That's what they need.
Who voted for what?
Are there hanging chads on these ballots? Like, where are they? Let's find these.
Hanging chads are why Phoenix is always number 1.
I'm the hanging chad. Surprise.
I don't know. Like, I do remember one year. This is something that came up with Coaster Talk, and we actually dug in and found out, like, there's an application you can send in, but it's like we couldn't produce anybody that knew anybody. So I don't know. I don't know if maybe it's like the first rule of Fight Club, or if it's just like a, Masonic Lodge type thing, where you're like, you have to be tapped. Blood oaths in the basement in the museum. I don't know. It's got to contain some of that stuff.
I think I should look into that, because I have a pumpkin patch that just opened up near me that definitely needs a golden ticket award for the best pumpkin patch, because it's awesome.
They changed a lot of things this year. So they, Ryan, I'm sure you're excited about this. They actually have, of course, this page doesn't list it, but they actually added the Best Showman award for fairs.
Best Showman. Oh, okay.
So now there's actually fair rides that can, for like fairs that can actually get golden tickets, which I'm sure just thrills you.
Well, actually, it does, because there are so many. There's, I a lot of times I'll hit the bad apples, because they just, they tend to pop up in YouTube videos because of catastrophic failures here and there. But as much as that happens, I know there are plenty of good operators out there.
Yeah.
Like, I just recently went to the Nebraska State Fair out here, and it was operated by Wade, W-A-D-E, Wade Shows. And I was actually very impressed by everything. I was impressed by their rides, their midways. They actually had signs up that said Wade Shows are the quietest midways. And it's like, you're right. I could hear myself think. They were nice. Like, I was impressed with everything. I'm like, that was great. And when I posted videos, a lot of people, commented and said, oh, yeah, Wade Shows did this and they did that. They've never had a problem with them. So it's like, I like to see that positivity out there.
That's actually a good sign right there, that they advertise who they are. Because most carnivals and fairs that I go to, you don't know. You have no idea who the operator is, because they're like, we're not telling you.
Yeah, they put it all over everything. Even you had to buy a like digital, like a pass to go on the rides and do stuff around there, because it wasn't just like, not cash. But basically, the card for it right there was Wade Shows. Says it right there on the card that you have to use to scan to do anything around there. If you want to, buy a carnival game or something like that, it's like right there. Says it right on it. It's like interesting. But yeah, I also had the same thing. Like, how do you know who operates a fair? Nobody ever knows who that is.
Right,
like,
yeah.
That's not information that's out there. Actually, it is. And for Wade, at least.
It really should be.
Should be, yeah.
And actually, there was in this article, it actually does mention there's something. There's a new category that's related to safety, I think, if I read it correctly. Yeah, final legend presentation went to Ron. Oh, this is a legend. Okay, that's not a golden ticket award, but they presented a legend award to Ron and Beverly Burback of Funtastic Shows, championing safety within the industry. The pair have blazed an exemplary trail of accomplishments for 40 years. So I really like.
That's definitely something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
I mean, not even the shows. I mean, just parks in general. That's a gold standard right there.
Yeah. So I'm not going to go through all these because this will just take forever. But new theme concept: Dark Universe is number 1. Minecart Madness is number 2. Siren's Curse is number. Really? Theme?
Which was this for? Sorry.
Best new theme concept of 2025. I guess if it's just the concept and not the execution. I mean,
the lighting package on that ride is pretty awesome. It's got lighting, it's got audio, it's got a key line in the station.
True. It has onboard audio. So yeah, okay, okay, that might be fair.
Everyone says the audio makes that ride.
Shock.
I would offer my opinion, but the whole thing wasn't open when I went. I'm not going to get into that part.
You had the true Cedar Point experience. That's that's all it was. We've discussed this.
Oh
no. Best new roller coaster of 2025. Number 1, Stardust Racers. Number 2, Alpine Fury. Number 3, Siren's Curse. Number 4 is Bullshit, Top Thrill 2. Number 5, Big Bad Wolf, The Wolf's Revenge.
Alpine Fury is number 2, huh?
Wow.
Yeah, and from everything I hear about Stardust, I think that probably makes sense.
Yeah. I haven't heard anybody not like Stardust yet.
Yeah, it really is just one of those rides that just everybody loves.
Found a sweet spot.
Yeah. Anyway, that's enough of golden tickets.
I did want to bring one thing up because I thought it was hilarious, Bob.
Oh, boy.
My favorite thing. So, Knoebels won the best food park again. And they've won it so much
they retired
that category is now retired. Food is retired.
This is the second time that's happened. Because what's the other thing? They retired another category because Knoebels kept winning it.
Carousel, I think.
Carousel, that's it. Yeah.
Carousel.
So that's 2. Knoebels is just like winning so much that golden tickets just like we give up. We give up.
In 20 years, everything's going to be retired, and it's going to be like, what do we even come up with?
It's just go to. Right? I mean, we're already losing Six Flags. Like they're just not showing up. So
yeah, that's true. I don't have amusement parks at all, so that's all right.
Six Flags is going to be like Chuck E. Cheese. They're going to operate some family entertainment centers, and that's it.
Yeah.
Chuck E. Cheese makes money, though.
Not to worry about weather.
This is very true. So here's a guy we haven't heard about in quite a while. Todd Joseph. He's it's amazing that like there's still stuff going. The park is basically not there anymore, but Conneaut Lake Park is still like a lightning rod for litigation because of this asshole. There's been like all kinds of things with like property violations where like he just thinks that he can do whatever he wants. Because he took, like, whenever he took over the park, he also took over a water system. So, like, there's actually residents that have to pay him for water. And he's, like, he's been a dick about it. And he kind of uses it as an excuse to, like, harass the people that are pissed that he, like, destroyed their park. So, like, basically, he was harassing, I think this was last year sometime. He was harassing residents and saying, like, he was like parking stuff on their property, but then he used the excuse of like, oh, well, I'm inspecting the water system or like some bullshit like that. All of a sudden he's like, yeah, this person was trespassing on my property and filed suit against her. The judge sides with the resident. And again, Todd Joseph is noted as being the asshole. Like, this guy just doesn't quit. He's ridiculous.
I'm so happy that you brought up Todd Joseph. I haven't heard his name in a long time.
In his complaint, Keldon, which is Todd Joseph's company, claimed its exclusive possession of the land as stated in a deed recorded in 2021. However, the judge ruled that the very deed undermines Keldon's claims because the deed deems that Conneaut Lake Park have public access forever. So he can't. This is what I love the most is like he was just like, you know, I'm going to destroy this park because I don't give a shit about parks and history and stuff like that. Like, especially with like all the history he destroyed in Philadelphia before they ran him out of town and he went to the Erie area, and is like, oh yeah, let me wreak havoc on Conneaut Lake. But he like wants to turn this into this like resort area, but the laws are still stacked against him because Conneaut Lake it's a public park, and it was like written as being a public park. It's always been this way, and it's like he's still fighting this, trying to like get rid of the park, but he can't. And then he's like filing suit against this, only to uncover like, oh no, she has property because guess what? It's a public park, and there's nothing he can do about it. It's fun, sort of.
Man,
if it didn't involve burning down a roller coaster, this would be hilarious.
Still sad I never got that credit.
Oh man, you that's a coaster you really missed out on. Man, that thing was oh. You couldn't. That's one you could not marathon, but like it was just so worth it. Like you'd ride one or two times, and then you'd take a break, and you'd go back and ride it again.
So is this just one of those instances where like he didn't read the fine print, or someone didn't read the fine print, or is it an interpretation issue? Because honestly, to me, sounds like an interpretation issue.
No. So the thing is he operates on the premise that he has money, and that's all he needs to do whatever he wants. So I don't know how much you know about this. Probably you haven't been on Side Friction long enough to know when all the real drama.
No.
But so he basically took over this park. The park was starting to do really well after decades of being in turmoil. Started to turn around, and then COVID hit, and it was a problem. So Todd Joseph comes in, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to operate it." Comes in with this guise of like, "Oh no, I love this park, and I want to make it better." Blah blah blah. And then, like, as soon as he got it, it was like, oh, no. He clearly doesn't want to do what he led to believe. But there was a constant fight about the Blue Streak roller coaster. So, like, there was constant back and forth with it, but like one day, hey, Blue Streak's on fire. And the fire trucks are all going to blah, blah, blah. And like, what's going on here? He again, he thought like, oh, well, if I just like have a controlled burn that gets out of control. Mm-hmm. No, it turned out he intentionally set Blue Streak on fire.
Interesting.
And he said that he had permits, which basically was throwing a guy in the township under the bus because there wasn't any permits, and he was basically expecting them to just go along with it. Well, then all of a sudden, after a few days go by, they issued a retroactive permit. Like he went and he actually officially applied for the burn permit to burn down Blue Streak, which he already just burnt down, and they granted it. And then but like this is his entire thing is just like, oh, well, I have money and I'll just make all of my problems go away. But like, there's things that he's not getting around, and I love it. Like this guy, I want him to face opposition on every single freaking thing that he tries to do with this park. I mean, the park's gone, it's done. I'm over that, sort of, but like. I just don't want anything to go right for him in this case because there were protests. It's just been an eventful thing. The Kitty Carousel, however, found a new home, and I know this because now it might be losing that new home. There was a guy in Mount Pleasant Township in Columbia County, PA, that bought that carousel and has a couple other amusement rides on his property. And now the township is saying, nope, we're rezoning. You're not allowed to have that anymore. And they denied his appeal. And they don't know where he's going from here, but yeah.
So it looks like he took the rides and refurbished them. Yeah. But they're just sitting on his property. Yeah. And he's running them
for his
just
family
for himself.
Yeah.
For his family.
Yep. Exactly. Family and friends. It's not like a public park. It's his own property. And now they're saying, nope.
So one thing I don't understand from this, honestly, I tried reading through it. I'm like, maybe I'm just missing it. Sometimes I just, miss the big stuff like that. But it's like, if he's not operating it to the public, what's the zoning have to do with anything? Because as far as I understand anyway, if you want to just operate it in private, just yourself for your family, like it doesn't matter if your land's zoned for potatoes or business. It's like, do what you want to on it. As long as you're not trying to operate a business.
It sounds like you're from the West Coast.
What am I missing? Fill me in.
I don't know. I don't know enough to like really have a coherent argument. I just know that zoning is like always. It's always what's used to get the way of people. Like, it's like, oh no, we don't want that business here. We don't want that happening. We don't want this happening. We don't want you to be able to do this. It always seems to fall under zoning here. And I don't know. I don't know what it is, but like I'm to me, like that's the thing. Like that did not even jump out at me because like, oh yeah, that's just what happens. Like that's just what I'm used to reading. So that's why I assume maybe it's just it may be a West Coast versus East Coast thing.
Could be. I mean, when I tried to start my foam molding business. I had to check and make sure that, because I was running it out of my house, I had to check and make sure that my property was zoned to make sure that I could run that business out of my garage. And the answer was yes, I can run the business out of my garage as long as I didn't have customers coming in and out of my residential property. But so it was like, okay.
The thing that usually happens is it usually does relate to structures in some way, shape, or form here. Because I know there was a big thing with wind turbines and solar panels in Virginia for a long time. Like a lot of people were where I used to live was on a mountain, kind of rural, but like it wasn't as sparsely populated that you usually have a rural, but it's like a rural setting. But a lot of people were trying to wanting to put up wind turbines and stuff. And zoning is what prevented them from doing it, because in the zoning laws there were regulations for, I don't know if it was height or if it was for types of structure. I don't know exactly what it was, but I know there was something in the zoning laws that prevented it. Even though it was their own property, their own use, it wasn't like they were selling it or anything like that. They weren't allowed to do it because of the zoning. And that's all I know. I'm so used to hearing that I don't really think twice about it.
Yeah. Well, I'm really good with semantics. If that guy will need some help, let me know, because I'm really, really good with semantics. Says the state inspectors and a lot of other people. They're like, that's semantics. I'm like, yes, it is. But it works.
Sometimes that's all you have.
Sometimes.
Another interesting story that I ran across was Los Angeles has bought the Griffith Park Carousel, which was apparently Walt Disney's, like the location that Walt Disney kind of dreamed up his concept of Walt Disney World or land at that time, I guess. Oh. So I guess he went here and it's been defunct for a while. The article says that there was a wooden ride that he snapped up that served as the King Arthur Carousel at his Anaheim theme park. Wait.
I remember this in Saving Mr. Banks. There's like a scene around this carousel.
I forgot about that movie. I think I did watch it, but it's been so long ago that...
Yeah. This is in the movie.
Yeah. So it was being...
Why didn't Disneyland buy it?
I'm kind of shocked that, well, I guess Disney doesn't care about history anymore. That's why we're seeing cars and stuff like that. I don't know.
I don't know anything about zoning, but it would have been really cool in downtown Disney.
That's true. I mean, they've got plenty of other places they could put that, like in a museum, and they've got plenty of places like that.
Yeah, that's true.
I wonder if it was, because it was a public property, wasn't it?
What was that? Sorry.
Well, I'm just wondering if maybe it wasn't available for private entities to buy. If it's like a public land type deal. I wonder if it's something like the city had the authority to do it, but maybe a private entity would not have the ability to do that. I don't know. Complete guess there.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe because I guess it is a public park, right? I don't know. Now I have more questions.
Probably.
Because now that you mention it, it's like, why didn't Disney buy that up?
So the current... I am starting to have a hard time following this article now.
I tried to look for where it was going, and I could not figure out the names, because they said, here's a couple of names of, I thought it was maybe a town or a park or something, and I kept Googling those names and basically came back with nothing.
So it's a crown jewel of the park where Walt Disney first dreamed up Disneyland. But, that's the weird thing is this... I guess Griffith Park is what they're talking about. Okay, yeah, it is a public park. It's part of the City of Los Angeles parks. So, But it was the ride was being operated by Julio Gosdinsky. He died suddenly near the height of the pandemic. So the ride has just been in limbo. Reopened briefly in spring of 2021 and shuttered again a year later in need of repairs. They said they can't even make it turn by hand. It's like it needs a lot of work, but
that is a lot of work.
Yeah.
Typically we use a motor to turn that, not by hand.
Probably best. People that bought it have never operated a carousel. It's pretty obvious.
Right? I mean, hell, at least use your foot at that point. Try to kick the thing around.
Did you try turning it on?
Usually there's like a button. Yeah.
Usually there's a button around here somewhere.
It gets green usually on those rides. Operator 1 or 2.
Just don't forget to ring the bell first.
Right.
Gotta ring the bell.
Right.
Anyway, it looks like they're going to refurbish it, but they have no reopening date announced. So that's kind of a cool thing. I guess at least it means we're not going to lose that merry-go-round. Guys, if you really wanted to hear me say something that you never would have thought you'd hear anybody say, Nine Inch Nails is going to soundtrack a roller coaster at Disney. No, I'm not making it up.
That is such an odd statement to make. It's like, what? What is happening? Wait a minute, what? You heard him right.
I just want to hear. I wanna you like an animal on Main Street. That'd be pretty cool.
Thanks for making me have to
fanfare style music.
I could see the guy who normally plays the piano down there by the Coke place. I could see him down there in that piano. Dun, 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 dun. It's like, yep. That's a good song.
This was like a flashback to Eisner and Alien Encounters. Like, oh yeah, that shouldn't be at Disney, but it worked. So let's try Nine Inch Nails now.
Let's try it. Hey, let's give it a shot.
And that is the phrase that when you hear Nine Inch Nails, that's the phrase you always think of. It's at least the phrase I always think of.
Yeah.
So it's not as shocking when you know the details. It's still weird, though. Apparently, the upcoming Tron Eras movie has songs that were produced by Nine Inch Nails, and those are going to be used on the Tron coaster at Magic Kingdom and Shanghai Disney's resort. So that'll be interesting. And
it looks like the song is As Alive as You Need Me to Be. That's kind of what it looks like.
Well, I don't think it's only that. Where is it? I think they're just saying that that's just what they released so far.
Yeah, from the album. Yeah.
And guys, we still don't know. We still don't know about Rainbow Connection on Muppets Rock and Roller Coaster. It's the news that
Nine Inch Nails now.
we're learning more. What if Nine Inch Nails did a version of Rainbow Connection?
Everyone's here for the Muppets, and then you get Kermit the Frog out there. You guys like Nine Inch Nails? Here we go.
I hurt myself today. Had a better Kermit voice.
Yeah. Kermit the Frog, all goth looking and everything. We could probably make some. We could probably sell that.
Probably would.
I would. I want to see them both do covers of each other's stuff. Muppets doing 9 Inch Nails songs and 9 Inch Nails doing Muppet songs.
That would be interesting.
You're onto something.
Speaking of things that won't die, Maurer has more new innovations for the Spike Racer.
That's why.
They've sold like 3 of these. And they keep... Did they... I just... Give it up.
Yeah, I should give this up.
They can do inversions now.
I'm going to wait for the version from Skyline to come out.
Better ride on opening day.
Right. If it makes it that far. Oh my gosh. This has
I'll
bad
see a version of this
over
that chucks wheels. That'd be good.
Man.
Can you stall upside down on this?
That's what I honestly I was kind of wondering that. Can you move really slow or stop or I don't even know. Can you stop on a spike coaster? Can you stop dead? I know you can control your speed the whole way through, but can you stop dead?
Well, on this picture I'm looking at right there, it's got the 2 main rails that it guides off of, right? And then it's got those 3 little tiny ones. Those are the power. So when you remove power from something, it stops. Now, granted, it can free run like a clutch. It can free run, but it doesn't do that. Those motors have brakes on them because it has to hold the vehicle still during the station loading time while people are getting on and off so no one falls off the thing. So, when you remove that power from that rail, those motors are going to go click and lock. And then, you might be stuck in a precarious position out on the track somewhere.
Oh, I didn't even think unintentionally, but now you've opened up a whole other world of what the hell?
Hey, anytime power loses its power, you have a problem. Power, problem. Power, no power, problem. That sounds like a mathematical equation. We'll run some numbers and get back to you.
Now I want to know more about the spike system. That's the other thing. They keep saying, "Oh, hey, now we can do inversions," but you can't really. There's nothing that says "Oh, this is what it actually does." Here's the limitations. Here's what I don't know. They're just they seem to constantly "Oh, hey guys, we got a new layout," and everybody's "We still don't care."
Doesn't look like it fits on a cruise ship to me.
Right, exactly. That's the only place these belong is on cruise ships.
100% right there. Yep. Yeah, they could also probably be good in malls.
Yeah, but I can't imagine. These have to be so expensive. That's the thing. Yeah. That's just the investment. You could probably buy an actual coaster.
What I'm thinking is I'm looking at this picture where it's got a big low-lying helix around the ground, and that's where you put those little stuffed animal mobile cart things that have they're kids get on them and you could ride them around in a little circle. That's where you put those guys. It's right there in that big helix. Just clump everything together because they're equipment. Yeah.
That was the most popular thing at American Dream Mall when I was there. Those little animals, they're everywhere.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
My niece and nephew loved those things. Ran over my sister's foot.
Oh no.
Twice. That's the
Every time I go to our local mall, those things are always out and going. There's always people waiting for them and everything. And the mall's not even crazy busy, but there's always people running those things. It's amazing.
Yeah, it is. There's that whole area of that mall. There's just kids riding animals everywhere. It's such a weird, surreal experience, especially in that area, because you're the ski slope is upstairs of it. So you you have people going to an amusement park, people carrying skis to go skiing, downhill skiing, and kids riding around on animals. Like, it's just so surreal. You're like, where the hell am I?
Just in the abandoned corner of the mall.
Right.
You know?
It's so weird.
Is this a zombie movie? I don't know.
You know that's going to be
place.
A film set when it finally collapses.
Yeah.
It's a shame too, because like honestly, that is a really fun place. There's so much cool stuff there.
I know there's a lot of cool stuff there because I had to go from thing to thing waiting for roller coasters to open there. I only got to ride 2 of them. It was great.
Why? I don't understand why it's such a disaster.
Especially when Nickelodeon Universe and Mall of America just runs so well.
Right, exactly. Like that's the thing that's just so like it's hard to look at that mall and that park and say like this company doesn't know how to manage finances because they're doing fine at other places. So like it almost feels like there was something fundamentally wrong when it was built, and it's like costing them money to keep up with.
Is it the supports? I mean,
well, I know a lot of people have said like they suggested that
coaster enthusiast.
They screwed up the foundation or something like that. I don't know. I don't think any. But of even the layout of the place.
Feels so small.
See, okay, so I've always had, this is the big issue that I've always had with the argument against American Dreams, Nickelodeon Universe, because you hear people like, oh, well, it costs so much for 4 or 5 hours, which I get that sticker shock, but at the same time, like every time that I've been there, I've got so many rides in on things because the lines weren't really long that there seems to be this disconnect where like if you like most enthusiasts would argue like, oh, Cedar Point's such a good deal, American Dream is not a good deal, but walking away you may have paid a similar price and got the same amount of rides, just in a different time period. Do you follow what I'm saying?
I do, but I think a lot of people when they go maybe had a similar experience to me where you go and half of the roller coasters are down. So you're not going to buy the buy one price wristband. You're going to ride the 2 for like a little bit too much money.
Yeah. That I'll agree with, and
then I remember, it's a weird place, but I do kind of see what you're saying. There's no wait for anything.
Yeah, I think the state that it's in now is a different argument than like what I argued closer to when it opened, because at the time you couldn't buy just one ride. You had to do like it was admission, and the rides pretty much ran. You might have a coaster. Sandy's Blast and Bronco was always an issue. Thankfully, I got on it too, but back then you really didn't have the problem, but people were still arguing at that time as like, oh, well, I only spent 4 hours there. We're like, yeah, but you rode 20 coasters. I mean, 20 coaster rides,
20 laps. Yeah.
That would take you 2 days at Cedar Point.
That's why I love Fun Spot. I ride White Lightning 38 times.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, exactly. That's yeah, why don't people argue about Fun Spot? Like, seriously, like all of these things. It's like, why? I don't understand. It's when it opened, like why people were so upset about like the way American Dream operated. I don't know. I honestly, I kind of started feeling the same way about Six Flags America. It's like, oh yeah, you got so much in because there weren't any lines, and it's like, okay, well, yeah, I came here and I only wanted to spend 4 or 5 hours at the park, but I got in everything I wanted to do. Or like Cedar Point, I go and I can't get in everything that I want to do. Like, so, which is really the better value here?
That's true. If you rewrite stuff, it's true. I don't know.
Yeah.
Enthusiasts rewrite stuff though in general.
Right. Yeah. But you could get so many rewrites in that 4 or 5 hours. Like I think that's the thing. It's like, oh, okay, well, like I've only spent 4 hours. It almost like the way listening to like Thuzies argue this, it's almost like they want lines. Like it's like we're not having fun if there's not lines. Because I paid money and I want it to take up my whole day. Like I don't.
Yeah, that's true.
I see that though, because it's the admission price. You know, if you're paying, just say $50 to get into a park, and it's like I pay $50 to get into a park. I'm in that park all day. I'm going to do everything, and I have to be there all day to do everything. If I pay $50, get into the park, and I can do all that exact same stuff in 4 hours, I am now upset with the $50 because I'm like, wait a minute, this is now just a 4-hour park. I don't want to pay $50 for a 4-hour park. But just the other day, I was okay with paying $50 for a 10-hour or 12-hour park. It's the lines were the only difference.
Yeah, it is, and that's my point. Like I understand, like there's both sides of it. You know, if depending on how you look at it, yes. But like if you lock yourself into one, like you completely miss the other side of it, and like that's the thing that's like. Just be aware of like, okay, is this really a bad value? I don't know. I mean, most people don't want to look at it that way. They just want to say, oh, this park sucks because I'm out here in 4 hours. When really you're actually saying this park sucks because there's no lines.
Right.
Like that's literally what you're saying. And there is logic to it, but at the same time, like you got to understand that is what you're actually saying.
I only have a problem with no park lines when it means that they start closing rides down because there's not enough people there.
Yeah.
When I walk around a park, like, oh, that's not open, just because there's nobody here and they already had to optimize their staff and cut people and send people home for the day. It's like that's the only problem I have with it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a problem because like if you paid your money, you want access to what you paid money for. Right. Access to. That I absolutely agree with. Maybe Nateland will be different.
Nateland?
Nate. How? Go ahead. You say it, Caleb.
I don't know how to say it. Nate B. Bargatze. Nate Bargatze.
I don't. This is the problem with like reading stuff. You don't know how to pronounce stuff.
He's a Bargatze. He's Nate the Bargatze.
He says he doesn't want to build one. He wants to build multiple theme parks.
Multiple theme parks.
I did not know he was that kind of guy.
Apparently he is. And apparently there's already a CEO for Nateland.
Is it Nate?
No. Felix Vertigets. I have no idea if that's pronounced correctly, but we're going to call him Vertigets.
Yeah, we're just going to butcher every name possible.
Yep, that's what we're going to do.
Because if we're wrong 100% of the time, then, I mean, it's kind of like being right, because nothing's right. It's the logic I use anyway.
So he wants to build it in Nashville, the first one in Nashville. The goal for the Nashville location would be to mount both a park and a studio on the same lot, which they're seeking 80 to 100 acres to build on. The studio would be employed for various Nateland film and television projects, this sounds familiar. I feel like somebody has tried this before.
Wonder who.
Oh, Grossos. Or it's Universal Studios, one of the two.
I'll choose the spaghetti any day.
Hasn't there like? It feels like every couple years is a story of a theme park coming to Nashville that never comes.
Yes, constantly. And then there's all those like Libertyland and like Storyville or whatever it was.
Storyland or
like,
something.
No, it wasn't Storyland because I always I think it's Storyville.
It'd be themed to books.
Yes, that one where
Stories.
It was like everybody was like, oh, that was the first one. Because I remember like everyone was like, oh, this is really awesome. And then... and then they posted their first sketch. The first sketch of their coaster, though, when like somebody uncovered, like, no, here's the picture of the actual B&M that they just put a filter on. And at that moment, it was like, yeah, we caught you. It's all bullshit. And then from that point, all of a sudden there are like all of these other theme park projects that like, oh yeah, this is coming, this is a thing, and it's like we're lining up investors so we can take their money and run. I don't know about this. I genuinely don't know. But here's the thing. Here's my prediction. Well, no, actually I'm going to ask you, which Six Flags parks is Nate going to buy? Because that's how this is going to end up going.
How much money does this guy have?
Frontier City.
What'd you say?
He's pretty rich.
Yeah.
I said Frontier City.
I could see that.
This guy sells out arenas on like comedy tours and stuff. He's kind of a big guy, a big deal. He just can't say his last name.
Right.
He is important, I think. Frontier City would be cool though. Like they kind of have a show approach to their tiny ass park.
I want to get to that park. I like that's a park that I really kind of want to go to, but I can't.
Never had a bad visit. It's only every time I go, it's an hour. I go on busy Saturdays. 1 hour, all you need.
Really? So you don't get your money's worth, is what you're saying.
I went during a holiday in the park. Yeah, if you're one of those people, don't go. Every time I've gone on like a busy Saturday, it's always an hour. There's no wait for anything. You ride the 4 coasters. If you want to watch some shows, you can. Nate, let's put in some motion simulators. There's some empty buildings in there.
There you go.
So is Nate going to do this? Like, is he going to basically make himself the male Dollywood? Basically, is he going to ride on the limos and stuff around his park? And like,
there we go.
What's going to happen here? And how is he going to isolate the sound of the amusement rides from the studio? Because I've heard that's a problem. I mean, in this mythological land of studios and rides. Not that anyone else has ever done that before, but someone said it's a problem.
Yeah, that actually just...
Del Grosso said it was a problem.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Legitimately, the Del Grosso's, which I talk about it like I've been there, and I still haven't yet to get there. I've like been scheduled to go there.
Close enough. Close enough.
Spaghetti. Go eat the spaghetti. Go on a Wednesday.
And I'll make another notation of where to put a beep. Thanks, Caleb.
Whoops. My bad, bro.
It's been a while. Well, actually, last time I had to do it was my own fault, so it's okay. I can deal with it.
Sorry, I did think you cussed.
I do.
You do. It's not that word.
Yeah, I try not to.
Gotcha.
Once I hit record, I try not to use that word.
That word, okay.
Well, I mean, there's a couple others, but if we were in Australia, it might be a little bit different.
Should probably bleep Nate's last name.
So that nobody can know how badly we butchered it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I can't. I follow a couple of Australian YouTubers, and I just naturally pick up that language the more I watch them. You know, this person's a such and such. Would never use it normally, but over in Australia, it's like, sure, why not?
Right. Yep. We need to get Riley on our show again. We haven't had him on in a while.
He'll say it for you.
Yeah, we'll I'll have to do all kinds of bleeping.
Someone will need to do shorthand for all the notes. It's like all the timestamps. Here, there. What is that, a dash? Yeah, it's a dash between two times. It's just that entire segment.
It's just a 20-second beep. I do I think a good comparison to Nateland might be Lost Island, though. Like, you know, somebody with money is actually saying, hey, we want to do this, and we want to do this right. So,
yeah.
I mean, honestly, even if he builds from ground up, like, this is the time to do it, because the big chain is not gonna be attracting people.
No, it's really going to boil down to if Six Flags sells off their rides or if they just sell the whole park.
Yeah.
I imagine it depends on the severity. I imagine a couple of parks will probably be sold off completely, and some of them will just be piecemealed out.
It makes me wonder. I know this is getting into wishful thinking again, but like with as desperate as they are, is it possible that we might actually see them say, "Oh, hey, maybe we'll try to sell Six Flags America as a whole park"? And somebody else might come in and actually do what they should do with the park and actually invest in it?
I mean, it could, right? Anything's possible. But you also have to look at, even if you were to sell the whole park, that means whoever buys it is now your competition.
Right. But
so
see, that's
do they
the
want
thing.
to give their competition a turnkey park?
Right. And that's always been that's kind of been the theory of like, okay, they're gonna like gut the park and sell the land, but like if they're in a situation where they need money, they might be able to get more for the park if they sell it as a whole, because the rides come with it and everything, and it's a turnkey park. So are they desperate enough to say we're gonna have to run that risk to get more for the park, especially when the county has already said they want it to remain a park? So, I mean, this sounds a lot like Kaga.
I honestly don't think it's much of a risk, though, because they already have everything else. It's just like, okay, they still pretty much have a monopoly on the system. Not legitimately, but I mean,
yeah.
It's like you own so much. It's like, come on, who else is really going to go to bat with you?
Yeah,
but that's kind of a weird metric too, because you think about things like I do as like, oh, another theme park chain or another park or another this or another that. It's like they don't necessarily have to. All they have to do is lose the people. If the people aren't happy with the product, they'll find the other park. They don't have to be near the market or saturated or anything. It's like people just naturally wander off to the next place.
Yeah, but that is the thing about Six Flags America is there's public transportation to that park from the city. So there are people that's an accessible park that the other parks are not accessible. So that's a demographic they're going to just lose. So yeah, I don't know. I think clearly I don't think the Six Flags is thinking clearly, regardless on anything really. But I don't know. So this was a weird one. Did you catch this, Ryan? Riders being evacuated from Comet at Hershey Park, which, okay, it happens. But the weird thing is the reason for it.
So
do you know more about this?
I looked at I don't know more about it, but I looked at the article and read it because I was like, why is this? Because I always wonder, are people going to start emailing me like, hey, you need to do a video on this? And I read through the article and I'm like, there's nothing here. It's like, so this is what I took away from the article. Basically, they dispatched the train. It went up the lift hill. There was some unruly stuff going on in the station. and then they stopped the ride. And that was the end of it. So I'm just like, I'm trying to...
Okay, the thing...
I should have looked at the layout of the ride, but I think the only way they would have to do that is... I'm uncertain of Comet's block sections. There are specific block sections on there. But the way it's parked up there tells me that there was one on the lift hill, one in the reduction brakes, trim brakes, whatever you want to call them, the end brakes, basically. And they couldn't advance that one into the station to clear that back block. So you essentially created a potential block violation there where the train came to a stop. And then if someone's there trying to do the Harlem Shake or whatever it is inside the station, then it's like, well, you can't advance. Yeah, you can't advance that train in, which means you basically effectively block the trains. And then if the people are really doing something crazy, then you have to wait for security. And then it's like, all right, well, let's just get the people off the lift hill, because I don't know why that would be. Because in my mind, it's like, well, let security tackle the people in the station, get them out of there, unless there was like a full-out riot going on.
Right, that's the thing that's getting me is like, why, like from my knowledge, parks don't like to evac if they don't have to. So like they would prefer holding people in the cars until they take care of the issue. So if this wasn't a mechanical situation, which they say it wasn't, wouldn't you take care of the situation and then just resume the ride? That's the thing that confuses me on this, is like, what?
The other question I have here is, can the train restart from the lift hill?
I was going to ask.
So some rides, right, old rides, especially Comet's one of them, some rides, once they stop on the lift hill like that, the park does not want all those components in the lift chain assemblies, not the chain itself, but like the motor, the gearboxes, the sheaves and stuff like that. They don't want that under the extra stress of starting it with people on the train. So just the fact that it stopped is enough to like get the people off the train.
They could have just kept the buzz bars and had later trains.
Well, I don't know about that one. I can't help you there.
That's what it is, because they added weight to the train. It can't start on the lift hill, so I don't know. That may be though. That may be the explanation. That's really the only thing that makes sense, is whether it be it can't or they don't want it to. But
I do know a certain B&M roller coaster in the city of Kansas City where if you stop at the base of the lift, it's an automatic unload because it jerks so hard in that spot that they would rather unload people off the ride than risk them hitting their head on the restart, which is kind of odd.
But B&Ms aren't supposed to do stuff like that.
Well, the only other way to prevent that is you have to go over and switch it into manual mode. So I go manual mode, and then you go over to the MOP panel, and you basically run the chain in service mode. So you run the chain, and it runs really slow. It just crawls along. It's like, okay.
Oh, nice.
But most manufacturers say once you click that key into manual mode and you want to use MOP functions, or you want to use stuff like on the ride to like manually manipulate the system, most manufacturers do the no people on the train, get people off the train. It's most every manual says to take people off before you do anything in a manual function.
Yeah.
So if they couldn't start it in full automatic mode because of that jerk, which is I can completely see because the motor is just going to ramp up into its full speed. Like, I guess probably take the train off there, or take people off. I'm sorry.
Did B&M not always use frequency drives? I always thought that their coasters all would gradually. I mean, B&M. Notably, for me at least, I've always noticed how B&M, the train the chain engagement is so smooth on B&Ms. It's insane. But like I've always kind of chalked that up to them being like frequency drive, where like they just control the speed of the chain. But maybe they didn't always do that.
So what you're talking about is this jerking motion that we're talking about is actually a startup ramp. And it's probably what the ride needs to do something, like to restart a train at the top of the lift hill, and it needs that big burst of energy to go. But then the problem is that at the base, when the program goes into it, now it's a programming issue. Because instead of the programming starting up and say, hey, go into slow speed, ramp 1, and then go ramp up to 2. It doesn't do that. It just says lift is occupied, so when you start, it's going to go right to ramp 2 and go straight up. Could be fixed with programming, but most people don't understand, and it's for a lot of parks. Once you commission that ride and you say it's okay, nobody touches that thing again until you pay somebody to redo the entire program.
Once you do the reprogram, do you have to do like recertification and everything?
Oh yeah,
that's what I thought.
Everything, and the fun part is you have to bring the ride up to current standards.
Just to do a reprogram?
Oh yes.
Wow.
Yep. It has to meet, if your ride was built in the year 1995, and you're like, oh, we just want to add one string of logic in there just to help something function better. When you recommission that system, it has to be brought to 2025 standards. All aspects of it, all your gates, safety everything has to come up to current standard. It's like a brand new ride. And some states, it's a brand new ride, and they're going to charge you for that as well.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So wait. This is why Top Thrill 2 is a new coaster for 2025.
They might have gotten the bill for it.
Might be it.
We figured it out.
Found the back door.
There we go. The semantics. That's a good call. That's a good call.
Those golden tickets, Kings Island took a lot of awards for the Snoopy stuff, Camp Snoopy, and the new coaster and all of that. So I guess they figured, hey, we should probably renew that license. And yeah, Peanuts has been extended. The licensing agreement is now extended to 2030 for Peanuts at all the Six Flags parks. But it makes me wonder if it'll go beyond. Well, no, it won't, because they're going to be bankrupted for 2030. That's probably why they signed it. Like, oh yeah, we're not paying you up front. They're like paying monthly.
Peanuts movie was kind of good. Was that 2020? Something like that.
There's been a couple, hasn't
Meghan
there?
Trainor had a bop on it. I don't know. I could use the computer right in front of my face, but I'm not going to do that. Probably like 2020.
It's more fun just to guess at it and say, yeah, what is this?
This is the thing. Like, enthusiast community is like, there's no Peanuts. Peanuts is so outdated. And then you go to try to, like, no, I just saw that Peanuts special, and you go to search for it, and there's Peanut stuff all over the place. There's new episodes. There's new movies.
It's relevant still.
Like it is so relevant. There's so much Peanuts out in the world today, and like, there's people on Reddit that I haven't seen Peanuts in like 2 decades. It's like, well, do you have kids? Do you know kids? Do you talk to kids? Like,
it's still on at Grandma's house at Thanksgiving. Like,
right? Yeah, exactly. Right.
It's relevant every year. Like the holiday specials, people still watch.
Yes, all the time. My niece and nephew loved Peanuts. Like, they've always loved Peanuts. Like, that was their thing. Is like, well, that I love the argument of like, well, it's just because they like Snoopy. It was like, is he or is he not a Peanuts character? Like, it's doesn't matter.
I even like Charlie Brown. Yeah. Lucy,
there you go.
Hilarious.
I do. I actually
pulling
do.
the ball from Charlie Brown. Great.
Yes.
Stop.
Well, I guess
I just always thought it's so relevant.
Yeah. So I honestly like Looney Tunes is less relevant than Peanuts, I think. And not that I'm saying Looney Tunes is irrelevant. But it's definitely not, it doesn't carry the weight that Peanuts does, in my opinion.
True. Plus, the amount of Looney Tunes stuff is dwindling fast because every single thing is being canceled left and right. I mean, you look at a lot of those older cartoons and stuff like that. It's like, oh, yeah, okay, you can't. Yeah, you can't do this. Nope, you can't say that. You can't do that either. We're gonna have to stop this.
I guess
everybody feels a little weird about Speedy Gonzalez. Like it's. You can't have guns in the park.
Right. There's a lot of that stuff.
It's a lot of that.
That was back in the way back in the day when there was still comedy around and you could laugh at stuff. And it was okay. I remember because my favorite movie is Mel Brooks's Blazing Saddles.
Oh God, I love
my
Blazing
favorite
Saddles.
movie. That's a movie that will never ever be remade because of its content.
But you know what though? I think that's something that people say, but I don't know that that's. I mean, History of the World Part 2 got made, and I don't know if either of you watched that, but it's very Blazing Saddle-esque. And there wasn't any backlash on it because I don't know. I think the thing about Mel Brooks is he makes fun of everybody equally, like literally everybody.
Yep. Well, here's the thought I had also on that. I mean, sorry to be off topic. It's kind of the part of the podcast.
That's our thing.
All right.
That's literally what we do.
So I went to see a movie a couple weeks ago, 3 or 4 weeks ago. I can't remember what it was. The Naked Gun, the new one with Liam Neeson. And I actually had a genuine smile on my face because I was just like, is this the return of comedy? It literally felt like comedy is coming back. It felt like there was like actual jokes where I was like, oh, that was actually funny. They actually did that gag. Oh, that was great. And I was like, is this it? Is this the return of comedy? Are we starting to see it come back? Like, are we not going to cancel this movie? It'd be awesome if we didn't, because it was a funny movie.
I think the thing is there are people that complain about stuff like that, and they're just the most vocal. But like, I've never really, a lot of the times, like I understand that there's a lot of like resistance against things, but like at the same time, like I think most people, I think the majority of people, the people that don't feel the need to constantly complain about everything, they know where it's coming from,
Yeah.
So I've never really felt that while there's a lot of people saying things, I never really felt that it's actually happening. I mean, there might be some of a chilling effect from like big studios are like, oh, well, we're not going to do that, but yeah, I don't know. They're still letting Mel Brooks do. I mean, Spaceballs 2 is coming, and honestly, I expect it to be classic Mel Brooks.
Absolutely.
I'm so looking forward to that.
Because we don't know how much longer we can keep that guy alive. Because he's pushing 100, isn't he?
I think he is 100, isn't he? Like 99 or this one I am actually going to search.
I just know he doesn't need much makeup to play yogurt anymore.
He is 99. He turned 99 on June 28th.
Wow.
Wikipedia, literally under style, lists sexual comedy.
That's a thing, huh?
I didn't know that was right. Oh, wait, it's clickable too. Oh, boy.
It's got to take you just another explanation of it. Is this what I used to call bathroom humor? Because I used to love that sort of stuff.
It's a genre in which comedy is motivated by sexual situations and love affairs. Although sexual comedy is primarily a description of dramatic forms such as theater and film, literary works such as those of Ovid and Giovanni Boccacci, yeah, some Italian guy, may be considered sexual comedies.
Okay. I actually didn't agree with that because, I was thinking like, okay, Spaceballs, yep. And then I was thinking of Young Frankenstein, yep. I'm like, all right, yep, okay, that's it.
Jack Lemmon? Oh, wait, that's not the... Yeah. He's a sexual comedian? He's not somebody I would picture as a, in that category. I don't know. Maybe I didn't watch enough of his stuff. I just know from China Syndrome, Grumpy Old Men, and, what's the other one? I don't know. Anyway. Moving on. Silver Dollar City is partnering with O'Reilly Auto Parts for a theme park transit department.
Kind of cool. I mean, their trolleys are kind of run down.
Are they?
No, they themed them. Yeah, I mean, like they have buses, but they're just kind of like gross buses. I don't know, from the outside. It's like they're just white.
So if you take a gross bus and slap some vinyl on it, it's now like awesome, right?
It's real cool. Not a gross bus.
I feel transported. I feel like I'm in the theme. Back when O'Reilly's was a big deal in 1883.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We actually took our flam. Didn't say that right. We took our tram fleet and actually doubled it from a sponsor. We actually put Twix all over it, and there was a left and right side to each tram. Doubled the fleet. It was amazing. 2 trams all the way down.
That's also how Great Adventure kept their top spin going for so many years. I got an idea. Let's just slap a Twix logo on it.
Boy, Twix logos fix everything. They really do.
Yeah.
Doubling capacity, fixing theme parks. And more importantly, if you have a faded paint job and you don't want to repaint it, Twix logo right there.
Yeah, that's true.
Put it right over the top of that thing.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Done it many a times.
That's what Six Flags does.
You don't want to
Guys,
repaint? Twix logo.
Hey, Twix, we got a problem.
Right?
Can you help us? Yeah,
right?
we'll send you a couple decals.
Right? Don't you guys like the Twix logo right here? It's like, why right there? It's like, we think this would be best for you. It's like, why right there? It's like, because there's 6 screws that won't stay in. So we're going to put a sticker right over the top, and those screws will stop coming out. We're going to glue that mofo down inside there. It's going to be great.
That's funny. So Six Flags America actually has, it seems like a lot of entertainment in line for their Boo Fest. They canceled Fright Fest, which is hilarious. I was just there this weekend, and they have an entire store filled with Fright Fest stuff that I guess they printed up for the event and then canceled, and they're like, oh, what do we do with it? I don't know. Let's throw it in this store. And then they had the very misleading, I actually took a picture of some stuff because they had these 40% signs, and it led people to believe the entire store was 40% off. Apparently it wasn't. It's very misleading. There are 40% off signs all over that park, and I don't know what is actually 40% off. There's not a lot to buy. They're sold out of everything. They had There were like no T-shirts, no Six Flags America T-shirts. All the Looney Tunes T-shirts you could dream of, but nothing Six Flags America. No rides, no magnets. They're all gone, just gone.
Was it their season passes that were 40% off? Because that would kind of make sense with the environment, right?
I love that they still have all the signs up, like turn your ticket into a season pass for next year. It's like, no.
Yeah.
Although it makes me,
for something.
I do wonder if they like if you buy a ticket to go to Six Flags America, if like you want to upgrade, if they'll actually sell you a King's Dominion pass there. I don't know, but like I would hope that they would. That would be dumb of them not to set that up, but
seems like something they would have to fix.
Yeah, you would think. I don't care though. Not buying a Six Flags pass. Even though it's
proud of you. I wanted to not buy it and then I did.
There are times where I'm like, oh, that's so cheap. Maybe I should, but I know better. I know the problem is if I buy that, I'm going to spend so much money next year. So like really seriously, like it's not about the purchase price of the pass. It's about what I spend next year.
Principle. I posted a TikTok and went viral in Kansas City here because they're charging for haunts now.
Yeah.
And they sold 2 years of passes with everyone thinking you're getting it, like you're not going to have to pay extra for haunted houses, and people are pissed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right, the amount of people that are like, I'm not buying a pass next year. I mean, I got locked into 2 years of haunt, and now I've got to, every time I go, I'm going to have to pay at least $10 to $25 to do the haunts if I want to. I'm probably doing it once a year now instead of 3, which is sad.
And that's exactly what
I know it's.
That's exactly what they're doing is they're trying to trap you into spending more money next year. Like that's what's going on. Yeah. That's what this MVP sell is doing. It is like, oh, hey, I have a pass. I need to use my pass. And that's going to involve paying God knows what. Like, who knows what they're going to invent next year?
Mm-hmm. I might buy a season pass, but it's going to be to Adventureland if I buy it. It won't be to Six Flags.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to renew. See, that's the thing. I wasn't going to renew Palace again this year. I was going to take a year off of them and go back to Hershey and basically have Hershey and Six Flags next year. But no, I'm going to renew Palace and I'm going to renew her. I'm going to get a Hershey pass again. And I don't care Six Flags. I just don't like. Maybe I will. You know, there's something else I was thinking about because this happened a couple times with King's Dominion, where they would have these specials in the summer that were so stupid cheap that I almost was upset that I had a season pass. Like there were there were times where in July. You could spend like I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was insanely cheap. It was something like $30 or $40 to get a ticket, parking, all day drink refills, and like some kind of fast lane. Like I don't think it was unlimited or like there was a few, like you got so many passes, like, you know, maybe like a stack of 5 or 6 one-time uses or something like that for like $40. And I'm like, what? This is ridiculous. Like I can't, like I almost wanted to buy it for the other fee. Like, but then you're like, oh, well, I have my pass, but I don't like, so I'll just wait and see. You know, if they're trying to do this, you know, they're going to be running deals on tickets next year too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They're very much in the please come to our parks. We'll do anything. So yeah, I don't want to do anything that's going to trap me into it, but like, I'm sure if something comes up, I want to go to a park, Six Flags Park next year, I'll just buy whatever deal there is.
I've gotten really stubborn about going to a Six Flags park and leaving for lunch and not coming back and just like, nope, I'm going to spend $0 in the park.
Yeah.
That's what I do now.
Yeah.
Everything I buy is in the pre-plan. If I want to do the meals,
I mean,
I'll do that, but I haven't bought anything else.
Here's my suggestion. Anybody that actually did buy a season pass, even if you happen to be driving by the park, just go through the gate and leave.
That's what I was doing.
Like, don't even do anything. Just go, like, scan your pass and go right to the exit and leave and continue on your way. Because doing that brings down their per capita spending.
You're sabotaging now, huh? All right. Let's figure out what we can do here. Let's see. I'm up for it. All right.
I'm into bankruptcy.
All right.
I'd just get off of work, man. I'd get off of work, go in, get my meal, and leave.
That's awesome.
I don't know if that's negative. I don't know if that's negative spins.
Yeah, how do they consider that? Do they count meal plans at all in their per capita?
Does that count as an in-park spend?
I don't know.
Not sure either.
I don't think so, because when you scan in with the season pass and the meal plans included, it just automatically puts that stuff over there. So the per cap doesn't go up at all with that. You'd have to do something else.
I mean, you could divide. Well, you couldn't calculate that to the end of the year. But like, you could take the meal plan and divide that by how many times it was used, and then apply that to the day that it was used. But like, you couldn't do that on a daily basis.
Now, if you showed up 3 times a day, every single day, then I don't know.
Single-handedly take them under.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh.
You don't have to.
Those $18 cheeseburgers that cost $2 to make.
They're taking themselves under. Doesn't even cost them
way less than $2.
Premium lettuce.
Premium lettuce at Six Flags? Well, I guess if you're talking Legacy Cedar Fair, maybe. Six Flags, no, there's no premium food, period. You're like, is there a grade F?
Wow, that's a lot.
Oh yeah. Also, while I was at Six Flags America, I saw the sign I hoped I would not see, but Batwing is done.
Damn.
Which is upsetting, especially since there's a lot of rumors that kind of, and it's a very plausible rumor that Batwing actually can run fine. There's not a reason why they can't run it. It's just corporate doesn't want to run it. So that's why they made the call to close it. But I also kind of wonder if there's also the let's fulfill our own prophecy of like, oh, this park isn't profitable. Because right now, like, most people have been like, oh, I'm not going to Six Flags America again until Batwing's open again. And by closing Batwing, they kind of ensure that people aren't going to be coming to the park, which makes them be able to say, see, the park doesn't make money. Might also be why Fright Fest got canceled.
Could be.
I also think
I
think they're also maybe having staffing issues. I'm not sure. It didn't seem like they were having staffing issues this weekend when I was there. I mean, there was definitely apathy, which I completely understand.
Fire me?
Exactly.
Oh no, I won't have a job to come back to next year.
But even so, like, there was apathy, but like, still everybody was nice. Like, there wasn't any really rude employees or anything like that. It was just like they just didn't care, which honestly works out to the benefit of the consumer in a lot of cases, to be honest. I got preferred parking. I don't know how. I don't think I have preferred parking with them. I don't know. I have a Cedar Fair pass, so I don't know. They scanned my pass, but last time I was there, they didn't even scan passes going into the park. They were just like, go through, go. I don't care.
I can't see the cost on Batwing being different than most other rides to run. So, I mean, like, did it need a lot of people to staff? Because typically, like when we were looking at cutting costs, one of the first places we would absolutely like hammer down on was our Intamin, our Rapids ride. Because the Rapids ride ended up needing it needs like a crazy 12 to 15 people to staff the thing properly. So it's like when you need to get rid of labor, it's like close the Rapids ride down because that thing has a ton of labor.
But I don't think Batwing. It also depends on whether they're running one side or two. Because it has dual loading station.
Yeah, I have 2 loaders and 2 unloaders on that thing though, as at minimum, but I'm not sure. I think
those
restraints are so.
Yeah, I think there's more staff, but I don't think it's like. Yeah. I don't know. I think there's other coasters that require more.
It's the easy ride to close that park because it's so out of the way, and at the end of the park though too, you can just put the sign up and it's done.
Which is exactly what they did. It's very disappointing though.
Hides.
Yeah, my nephew's very disappointed. He wanted to ride a Flying Dutchman in the worst way, and that was his last shot, and he's not going to get it. When we were there, we went there last year, and it was closed. And he's been at the park.
Don't let him know it was the best one.
He already knows.
Don't let him know that.
He's aware. Oaks Park.
I was surprised by it. It was good.
What? Did you ride Batwing?
I did. I did my one visit in 2023 to Six Flags America, and I visited it. I rode all the rides in an hour. Actually, I rode them all in 45 minutes, and then I waited for Batwing to open at noon. Rope dropped Batman and left. And I was like, the park was okay. It's exactly what people say it is. It's not necessarily the best. It's not necessarily the worst, but I don't need to come back here. I'll go to every other park around it. Just kind of how I felt about it.
I don't know. I like the small park feel that it has.
Well, I do, but it's been ruined by Six Flags.
Well,
that's the thing. I think Six Flags just had too much of its hand in there. I think I would have loved it before Six Flags.
Yeah.
Because the infrastructure of it's cool. There's some unique. I guess there's some unique rides there. Kinda.
Honestly, I thought their lineup I think is very unique.
Yeah, it's outdated.
Yeah, but it's still unique.
Classic Parkway. Yeah, but I can still ride all those coasters everywhere else.
Can't ride Wild One. You can't ride Roar.
I didn't like either of those.
Caleb.
Sorry. Wild One was the 100-year wooden roller coaster that rode like it was in the 70s. It just wasn't good. There wasn't buzz bars on it.
I know, it should have buzz bars.
It's been Six Flagsified.
It is. You're right. You're right about that. But it's still good. It's still decent. I really like Roar. I really like Roar a lot.
You like Roar?
I do. I love Roar.
Bob.
I do.
Why?
Because it's a really fun coaster. I'm not saying it doesn't need work, but
okay.
It's a really fun ride.
Layout's cool.
It's the oldest GCI now that Hershey killed Wildcat. Now we're killing another one. This is when GCI was good. We're in the Skyline era. We can't be losing the old stuff.
That's a good point. I've ridden Zambezi Zinger one too many times. Lost hearing in that thing.
That is the truth. 108 decibels on the inside. That's ridiculous.
And 108 degrees.
Well, and I still don't see any fire suppression. And I've watched multiple. I keep going back and finding more videos. I don't find any fire suppression inside that tunnel.
Ryan's going to start riding with a fire extinguisher.
It makes me wonder.
I'm going to ask my friend. I know somebody that operates it. I'll let you know if he answers. He probably won't, but
all right.
There could be a solution. Is there fire suppression in your tunnel?
This kind of, though, like thinking about this really made me think, like, if you're at the top of a wooden coaster and it catches on fire, enclosed or not, what do? Climb down the side? I mean, I guess.
I mean, if you're at the top and it's on fire directly underneath, I mean, heat travels up fast and it goes quick. It's like your best bet is for them to try to start the ride up and move the vehicle as quickly as possible. Yeah, if that can't happen, you better figure out a way to outrun fire going vertical.
See, and this is why wooden coasters should have buzz bars, so you can get out. I mean, you should be fine if Todd Joseph isn't around, but you never know.
I mean, but the truth is, there's really not much on traditional coasters. You know, there's not much to actually start a fire. Our old GCI that we were working on, we had the pillow block bearing up at the very top. It actually broke, and the bowl wheel up on top actually went crooked, and it was leaning up against the side of the laminate stack, just turning up against that thing, creating so much heat, it started smoking. This was after the park closed because it was still running, but it was smoking really bad up there, but it was enough to where we went and shut it down and realized that the thing could almost start a fire. So we actually went up there with buckets of water and just dumped water on it. And that was the end of the story. But there was actually no flame. Nothing actually, even though it was all oil soaked and everything in that, nothing actually caught fire. So
apparently, Raging Wolf Bob's caught fire.
I mean, because some rides are like kindling.
Lost a wheel, and it was like striking a match.
Oh yeah.
Oh. A lot of people think that's when Geauga Lake finally was like. That's when Cedar Fair was like, we're done. But it was like, I mean. It was basically right after Six Flags. They were taken over from the Six Flags atrocity, where Six Flags had done nothing, as Six Flags generally does with wooden coasters. Ignore it till it was falling apart to the point where a wheel fell off, and from what I understand, like after that, it literally was like striking a match, and like it caught the. But, like, I guess the beauty of that is you're starting the fire behind you, so you can still walk forward. So, Oaks Park is auctioning off a roller coaster tub. We generally call them cars, but I don't think I've ever heard it called a tub. Weird. Yeah.
Is that a legitimate name, or is that just what the person in the article was saying?
I don't know. It's kind of making me wonder.
Because I mean, there is a ton of names depending on the manufacturer and everybody else. It's like it might actually be called that.
Well, Oaks Park Association calls it a tub.
Yeah. On the train itself, it says Zoom Coaster Tub number 2 on the sticker.
It's a genuine artifact.
Hmm.
So, for me, though, here's the big story. It's not that this is being sold. It's what the new train looks like. And the only thing I saw here is, like, I just went to... When I see something, I usually go to RCDB and just look it up. And this is where I'm seeing the new train. I don't know anything about it other than it has individual ratcheting lap bars. And I don't like it. This is not how Mallard coasters are supposed to be.
It might be better, though. Have you given it that? It's like, maybe just let it be better.
Maybe, but the thing about these coasters are being thrown around. Like, like I can't imagine if you put this on the. I forget what Carowinds calls it. I don't know. I don't think it's Great Pumpkin Coaster. Wilderness Express, I think they call theirs. The best Mauler coaster, though, like by far. You've been on it, right, Caleb?
So good.
It is. It's so good. It's just,
like the airtime in the back.
I know.
It's like jerk shit.
It's just not even.
And you can watch everybody's heads in front of you, just like jerking everybody over the hills.
It's incredible. It's awesome. But like I feel like this train would just kill it.
It's starting the amusement riders early. They got to learn how to like puff up a little bit and get the restraint down work. Like, and then once it leaves the station, they're like, okay, we got some airtime seat, and we got some airtime in there. Now it's fine.
I want to know who made these trains.
That's a good question.
The chassis or the body itself kind of looks like a Zamperla, but that restraint I don't think is Zamperla.
No, and the hitch isn't a Zamperla either. The hitch looks way different. Yeah, no, I don't think it's a Zamperla, but
yeah.
I wonder who did that.
I don't know. I want to know though. I need to know. Vekoma?
I mean, could be Zaire. No, these look too beefy for Zaire.
Actually, let me compare it to Verbolten. That would be a good way to.
Are you looking at these boxy yellow ones?
Yeah, the red and yellow ones.
Red and yellow.
Yeah. Familiar. Aren't they just Mylar?
Are they?
I've seen those on like the Jersey Boardwalk on one of their Mylars. One with Gale Force, I thought.
Gale Force isn't a Mauler. Oh, wait, you mean the...
No, whatever the kiddie coaster at that same park, Playlands, or whatever it's called.
Like Playlands Castaway Cove. I can never find that on RCDB because I always forget the Playlands. Pirates Gold Rush.
Wild Waves. No, not Wild Waves.
No, Pirates. You're right.
Pirates Gold Rush.
You're right. It is Pirates Gold. It is the same train
I hate
on
my
this.
brain.
I hate my brain. I hate my brain.
Embarrassing. I wrote that 10 years ago. Like, oh my God.
I love that.
That's really good because I struggle to identify things, like cars sometimes. It's like my son's learning to drive, so he's driving and I'm like in the passenger seat, So we're going out in traffic and it's just like, okay, turn. You can turn after this, the thing, that, and it's like that Jeep. It's like, well, I'm not gonna say it's like the Jeep S10 or whatever. I'm just like, just turn after the thing. Just turn after that thing. It's like whatever that is, the truck, the car, whatever. Just turn after that. It's like my brain is sometimes just like all the words. We're just gonna delete everything. Right? You won't be able to make a coherent sentence today at all.
You've been listening to Side Friction Podcast. You can follow us on Mastodon at sidefriction at worldkey.io.
You can also follow us on Instagram at Side Friction Podcast.
Or visit our website at sidefriction.com.
Look for new episodes every Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern, and we'll see you then.